PWO, 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 PWO. PWO, 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 PWO.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't put the little intro thing on the script. I have to say.
We're live though. Welcome
We're
everybody
live.
to PWO.
That's right. That's all right. Welcome to PWO. Hey, I'm your host tonight because Ben from Colorado told me I had to be the host, so I'm the host. I'm the dean of old school, D. White. So we know we're going to be getting old school tonight. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Who we got with us? I got my man down there. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Hey, the coolest guy to ever drop a title belt on right in front of him, flipping the bird. That's Jeff the Hitman Hall. What you got, Jeff?
Hello, hello. What's going on, fellas?
Sweet. And then down there, we got Ben from Colorado. Ben, what do you have to say tonight?
What's up? Tonight's episode is sponsored by the Rec Center or Rec Room in downtown Fredericksburg.
Hey, and don't forget to shout out Gateway Comics too. In honor tonight, I'm wearing my Deadpool shirt, so maximum effort. Let me change it time. All right, let's get into some wrestling. We've got a ton of things to talk about tonight. Not just results, not just shows, which we've had plenty of. We're not going to get into the biggest cage match or outlaw mud show of the week. Everybody else is talking about the debate. We're not going to. Everybody saw that outlaw mud show. We don't need to talk about it. So that's over here.
You're a number two.
Thanks. I'm going to tell you, that was something else. You're a clown. All right. It was funny. Someone asked me, they said, this is the worst debate you've ever seen. Oh, and if you're a pro wrestling fan, it's exactly what you watch every single week. We watch this all next week.
It really is, though.
For our whole life. So, anyway, we're going to start off. We got some things, get a little news items to hit. News is Harold Mage resigned as I guess he was the chairman or CEO of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
Pretty big deal. And from what I can tell, it had a lot to do with them losing the TV deal in the United States. I guess he had made some promises as far as some income, or they were going to make a bunch of money. And then obviously, besides COVID, which was obviously a huge deal for everyone, but the fact that when Impact bought Access TV, they lost they couldn't get a deal done with Impact, and so they had no TV in the United States. Anybody here? Any thoughts on sort of what that's going to ripple out from that?
Well, two things. One, remember he was hired on the premise of spreading world globally, if you will. And I would say to some extent they really did. I mean, to the diehards like me, I mean, I was already watching New Japan anyway. But there's a lot of people due to the Bucks, Omega, a lot of your stateside guys wrestling New Japan, so they got a lot of eyes on there. So that's that. I also would say I think the ripples could potentially be good in the sense of maybe we'll have AEW, working with New Japan, or maybe it opens the doors to just more relationships.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jeff.
No, go ahead, brother.
Well, Ben, let me get you to put. Do you think he could swing the other way? And
I mean, I don't really watch too much New Japan. I'll be the first person to admit that. But so I'm not really too sure on everything. But let's see how this plays out and go from there.
That's my biggest fear, I guess, as a New Japan. And I'll be quite honest with you. I was kind of done with wrestling. John Cena kind of killed wrestling for me for a while, and I would dabble. I wasn't really back. And what got me back into it was watching Shinsuke Nakamura on Access TV.
Yeah.
When that whole era of New Japan got me back into loving wrestling. And I hope what this doesn't mean is they contract and they focus on Japan and don't make the moves, which I really, they've worked with Ring of Honor, which is great. I think there's supposedly some like bad blood with Impact, but I certainly hope it doesn't mean that we're going to get less New Japan in the United States.
I would hope not, and I think with Mage.
Go ahead, Jeff. Finish your thought.
I think with Mage and with the Omega stuff, kind of him, going out the back door.
Yep.
Hopefully some of that stuff's, put to rest with, but with him going out the door, and like I said, we can get some cross promotion. The more wrestling New Japan touches, the better for everybody.
Could we see AEW work some sort of deal with New Japan, or is that kind of been pushed out the window?
We've been dreaming about it, obviously, because they've got so many guys that have, not just the Bucks and Kenny and all those guys, the elite. Usually you've got Lance
Beretta.
Yeah, Beretta. The Best Friends were over there. You've got guys that have spent a ton of time over there still have connections. Moxley. The guys go back and forth. Chris Jericho. So the connections are there. I hope that that's an anchor for something awesome to happen. Because we just, if you've been watching the G1, you go, oh yeah, that's just why we watch it, because it's awesome.
Yep.
All right, well, speaking of things that are awesome, I don't know, you guys realize how much of our wrestling chat that we have involves video games, but a lot of it does. And so we got some news that AEW filed for some trademarks. 3
potential video game trademarks.
Okay, so tell me what you know, Matt. Tell me what you know, Ben.
So they have filed for All Elite Wrestling, Elite General Manager, and Elite GM on September 10th. I'm looking for the final one, which is also, and then on September 15th they filed for AEW Elite M. So this is leading to a lot of people believing that there's going to be some sort of general manager mode for the AEW video game.
Oh, but there'll be a booking mode for all the marks, like both of the Lilies. The brothers Lily.
The fantasy mark. Well, and that's pretty cool. I dabble in a couple of those games. The EPL games and the UEFA Champions League. That has that like general manager component to it. I like it, but I think it's almost like seems like a toe in the water at first. Get that kind of a mobile game, because I think that's what they're headed towards. The first one is to be like a downloadable mobile game.
Smart, which is smart.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Just a quick little blotch from Omega that he can't really say too much, other than he's working closely with the creative team. And every few weeks they come to him, they show him some new stuff, and it excites him. If he thinks they're on the right track, they think they have a good team that's backing them with the game, that has a lot of very, very good hands, that are very capable. And when he can say more, he certainly will. And he's excited to show the first little bit of footage that they have.
Right. Well, I can't wait to see it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I haven't really played too many wrestling games since 07, 08. And besides that, I've played a bit of like 19, 20 when I've just, messed around with Matt. And besides that, I don't really play too many wrestling games.
I ask you, Jeff, you going to download that on the first day it's available?
Probably. Just because you know me, I'm a mark for memorabilia and all things wrestling. I'm also coming from a person who has played nothing but video games, and especially wrestling video games, since the dawn of time. N64, WCW vs. Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, all those, just to the high heavens.
Yeah.
The WWE games I've played, even if people can remember this, even your WCW Thunder, which people probably don't even remember. but I can tell you what, I was going upside your head with Marcus Bagwell for whatever reason. So yes, when it comes out, I will download them. And full disclosure, I bought the last. In the same vein, full disclosure, I bought the last Kenny Omega action figure at Walmart too.
Oh man.
Did you get Brandy Rhodes action figure? Because it feels like that's the only one they ever show on Raw or Dynamite or Dark.
We'll get to her later, but yes, I did.
I have not seen one in the wild. Unlike the Young Bucks on BTE, I can't seem to find one. I've seen the ring, I've seen the belt, but I haven't seen any of the action. So
the ring is the one I need. Is a hole in my game because they have like the ring they have the actual ring that you wrestle the figures in, and then they have a bigger scale one that's like actual canvas and a real cloth skirt. It is just the markiest thing ever, and I have to have it.
well, hey, you know what? Maybe they'll have some stuff coming around because what the next item up here is we're coming up. Just think of it. 1 year ago tomorrow, all of us were headed up to Washington, D.C. to see that very first AEW Dynamite. I remember.
Yeah.
It was on my dad's birthday, and that's tomorrow. Just think about it. It's been a year. Wow, a lot has happened. So, looks like they're talking about going to another show. There's some things going on. A lot of praise for AEW. And especially they've probably done easily. They could probably say they've done the COVID wrestling better than everybody else has. That's sort of easy to see. And then, a lot of praise it seems from the TNT executives, and so it seems like they're happy with what they're getting. So,
It feels like basically since the dawn of AEW Dynamite, they've been talking second show.
Right.
They've kind of pushed that with Dark, but Dark feels more kind of squash matchy. Here's, a few things that might appear on actual TV.
and though I will say that I like that because there's always been, you always had WWF superstars or whatever, or the Saturday morning shows and things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what you got. I think what's happened is we've gotten used to this crazy nonsense where they, have whatever the main event on the pay-per-view is a match we've already seen 12 times.
Yeah.
That's been normal for us. Really, that's the best way to build. I like that setup. I don't know if you could just take Dark and directly put Dark as your second show. I don't know. I'm not a.
I don't think there's enough star power on Dark to carry it as a TV show. I see the argument of it gets the views on YouTube,
right?
But will it get more than that on actual TV? Being like, oh hey, here's an 11 o'clock show of AEW where it's not your primary stars except for maybe like 3 matches in a 2-hour slot.
Yeah, but I think it'll be fine. This AEW crowd it's pretty much hardcores. It's your hardcores. Now, I don't think that's necessarily going to sustain you all, on a 10-year run. It will, but they're going to have to pick up some of the fans eventually because people will age out. But we'll see. But with that being said, I think it'll be fine. If you have people watching BTE faithfully, then I can't imagine they wouldn't watch. They're going to watch Dark, and they're going to watch whatever, like you said, your Shotgun Saturday Night or whatever it'll be.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at this right now. The September 15th show had 394,000. September 22nd show had 355,000. And the September 29th show, which is only 2 days old, so it's still a little bit lower than everything, given time people to watch, is only at 262,000.
Okay, that's Dark, right?
That's Dark,
AEW
yes.
How much? And I compare that. What is? All right, look, I'm going to look this up really quick. You guys talk more about AEW, and I'm going to look up this. What I really want to know is how that compares with BTE, because BTE.
I can do it right now.
All right, you do it. See what. Mm-hmm.
The episode from 3 days ago has 187.
Okay.
The episode from a week ago has 229,
So,
and the episode from 2 weeks ago has 255.
So I was gonna say, not yeah, Dark's getting more because they advertise Dark on the show. So yeah, I don't know. More wrestling is better for me. So
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, I'm not going
I
to
won't
say
complain.
more wrestling on TV is bad, but it's one of those things of like, would Dark be able to make the transition to an actual TV show as is?
Well, I don't know because like I do, I don't watch Dark live. I have a couple times, but I mean, I watch it when I have time to watch it. You know?
Yeah.
So and that's things that with streaming. All right, well, it's enough on that. Let's.
Yeah.
So, yay for AV. Tony Khan made some comments for their response to COVID. Apparently, I don't know. I'm reading Matt Six. All right. So if you really, really love wrestling, then you were watching the United Wrestling Network, which had made a deal back in August to show the NWA. They've had, championship wrestling from Hollywood, championship wrestling from Arizona. So they got an NWA thing going. Well, on Tuesday night, we had a big title change. On that show, the NWA, we had the NWA national champion, Aaron Stevens. He was defeated, and he was defeated by Trevor Murdoch. So a couple of former WWE guys there. Any thoughts on, first of all, on NWA? I know that Billy Corgan sent out a press release saying we're bringing NWA Power back, and they're not shutting down. Those rumors weren't true. So, what are your thoughts on NWA and our new national champion?
I enjoy it. I'm a Sandow guy. I always have, and I always will be. I have a robe. I have his robe in my closet here. If you guys can remember back that far.
Yeah.
The backstory: I was so upset that he cashed in and Cena just destroyed him. I was fuming, but yeah, I think this is great for NWA. Again, always the more wrestling, the better.
Yeah.
And with the weight that NWA has and how Power came on so strong, it's nothing but a good thing. I'm glad that they're not folding or doing this, doing that. Now, I'm sure they're going to scramble a little bit just because that's what everybody's doing around, with this COVID. But yeah, to put the bet on Murdoch is great. I mean, he's an old school wrestler. He had a cup of coffee in WWE, which a lot of people won't even know. But yeah, I enjoy it. He's a wrestler's wrestler.
And also trained with one of our friends of the show, because Trevor Murdoch also was trained by Harley Race down there, just like Beer City Bruiser. So my only feeling on it when I saw, and of course I saw it, and then there was some tweet. Aaron Stevens put out a tweet, and my thought was, man, that's a lot of people signing elsewhere, and I hope that doesn't mean Aaron Stevens is going out the door too. Rumors about James Storm. We've got, Thunder Rosa obviously went on AEW, signed a contract, but we got Ricky Starks who went to AEW. You got some guys NWA folks showing up, in other places, which I hope doesn't mean that. Hopefully they've got the option to come back or something. I just, it worries me because I don't think usually you drop the belt means you're going out the door, which I hope isn't true.
I think they'll be fine. I mean, you're right, Dwight. But I mean, I think they'll be all right. I think once everything gets going again, and again, hopefully, I mean, this is wishful thinking, but if we can just get back to territory, somewhat a modern territory where everybody can just not just go everywhere, but you can have your champ here and there. This whole wrestling thing will be. I promise you, it'll be better. But
yes, I think you're right. All right. I mean, you see what kind of stir like when Miro showed up, and you get that. I mean, it's just it's something new. It's something good when people move around. We've really seen that. Well, when Killer Cross debuted in NXT, you're starting to get that kind of feeling what we used to have. All right. Well, we actually had some wrestling this week, so let's talk about what went on our crazy Wednesday Night War. Hey, I don't know. I'm going to ask you guys how you feel about this, but I really liked it better when NXT was on Tuesdays for that little bit. What do you guys think?
I think everybody does better with NXT moving to a different night. I think AEW has kind of claimed Wednesday nights. I think we can officially say that. Although it's really, a 200,000 difference between AEW and NXT. And I'm sure the people who are watching NXT are just DVRing NXT and watching it later. So,
But I do.
Yeah.
I literally DVR every single wrestling show that comes on my.
I don't blame you. Commercials are painful to sit through.
I would agree. AEW has won the Wednesday Night Wars, in air quotes, if you will. NXT being on Tuesdays, it's just better for the wrestling community because the numbers is more eyes on the product is always better no matter what. But I also think Dwight, you know what I'm talking about. I also think that the Colt Cornette, and his 200,000 followers tend to swing their viewers, swing viewers, if you will. I'm just joking, but
Right.
yeah, so again, I'm sure most people DVR, both or what are the other said one, but also, competition's fine, but at this point, competition is not competition if you never win, unfortunately. And
Right. All right. Well,
oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, talk about people who never win. Let's get into the results, and we're going to talk about poor Dakota Kai. Hey, Shotzi Blackheart against Dakota Kai. Shotzi goes over. I'm going to go through these fast. I'm just telling you. These guys are all right. I've always, and I know some people have a different opinion. I have never been sold on Dakota Kai. Shotzi, I see she's an all-out indie women's wrestler. Like
She's got a
really,
tank,
really,
Dwight. She's got a tank.
yeah, but she's got that indie flavor to her, which I like. And so, it was a match. Go ahead, Jeff. You got something to say?
Shotzi's fine. You're right, Dwight. There's good indie and there's bad indie. She's okay. She just done anything for me. I think if she didn't have green hair, no one would care.
She does put me in the mind a lot of Ruby Riott, except not as tough, but
or as good in the ring. She looks like. Well, never mind.
All right. Well, so Shotzi wins, ever how it is. Rhea Ripley runs down and attacks Raquel Gonzalez, right? So,
yep.
Anyway, they're setting that up. And I really wish that Raquel Gonzalez was still Reina Gonzalez. I thought that's a cooler name. But anyway, after the match, Shotzi's, she's winning it. She's up big and tall. Isaiah Swerve Scott, Santos Escobar do a little, they're in like a Zoom meeting and they're backstage and they're having a little promo against each other. They're building up to this is the take-home show for Takeover. And the thing is, it's like I'm looking forward to that. These two guys I like. This Takeover, like the one before it, is something that I'm not even sure I'm all that. I'm excited to watch. It just the crowds just make those events.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me get a little preview of Kyle O'Reilly, who seems primed to be a babyface. They've just decided he's going to be a babyface, I guess. And so.
Oh yeah.
So they've gotten that, and he's fine. He did great at Ring of Honor. He was a Ring of Honor champ. I did Kyle O'Reilly.
He's a better heel, but he's great either way.
Mm-hmm. Let me get. I'm not even going to talk about Candice and Gargano and Candice LeRae. I don't want to talk about that. Bad news: they announced that Tegan Knox has got a torn ACL.
At what point Tegan Knox just become too much of an injury liability?
Yeah. Well, just for herself, because after that, it's like, you've had that much trouble, it's just like
you want to walk the rest of your life.
Yeah.
At some point.
It feels like it's been 3.5, 4 years of her, knee injury. Right. Come back for 2 weeks. Another knee injury. Come back for 2 weeks. Knee injury on the other leg.
It sucks.
Right. I feel sorry for her, but After that, we get Cameron Grimes Invitational Stepping Stone to the Moon Challenge.
To the moon.
I miss that dude. I really do, man. I miss that guy in Impact, but he's doing good. So we got Joey Pistachio, Joey Strong, and Ridge Holland. Okay,
Oh, Ridge.
yeah, but that's Ridge Holland comes out the winner on that, and
So you're telling me somebody who they're trying to set up as an actual competitor beat two jobbers?
well, it happens. I think Grimes is one of those guys that's just he's got he has charisma. He can work. I mean, he can do high flying stuff. He's got a interesting enough look, I think, that he can keep people interesting. And then,
Yeah,
All
he
right,
has his own deal.
yeah, right. He's definitely has his own deal. I mean, he's certainly not asking anybody to shave his back, that's for sure, or his front,
Nope.
or anywhere else. All right, then we get Austin Theory, who's coming out. He's got some things to say about Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, I thought Austin Theory, when he was like for 15 minutes was on the main roster, was a babyface, and now he's just all of a sudden a douche. But I don't know.
I like him I think he could be a really good babyface.
Yeah.
I think he has potential to. I mean, he looks great. His stuff's not bad to be. What is he? 22, 23? I know. Yeah, like yeah. I mean, again, he doesn't set the world on fire with his wrestling, but he doesn't have to. I think he's a really good babyface, and if you get a little Ricky Morton on him, he'll probably be all right.
Yeah, when you look at him though, he gives me a lot of like super young Cena vibes, like prototype Cena vibes.
Yeah.
Was that just me or?
No.
No, that makes sense. Which is a good thing. Is a bad thing for us, but a good thing for him. Yeah.
Like the OVW Cena. That's
Yeah,
pretty-
yeah.
All right. Well, then we get a little thing with video package. We're gonna get Velveteen Dream against Kushida, and I really want to be excited about this match. Ben, are you excited about Velveteen Dream against Kushida?
I've just been so busy with work, I haven't really even had time to sit back and enjoy.
I didn't ask you. I want to know if you're excited about it. Just you know Kushida, you know Velveteen Dream. Are you excited to see those two guys together?
I would be excited to see those two guys share a ring if they were let to go just do their thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm all in for it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Velveteen Dream is obviously, he's got his issues, but as far as a competitor, yeah, I want to see that match.
Yeah, Kushida
But in the meantime,
Kushida is great. Velveteen Dream, his style is just really weird, but it works. You can tell he's an athlete. I mean, he's not a bad wrestler, but his work is just completely different. That it works for me.
yeah, and it's because he's like, I was always trying to compare him to people in the past, and I was struggling to come up with anybody because
I was thinking the same thing, literally the same thing.
I mean, he's a little bit of Rick Rude. I'll give him a
Yep.
little bit, but he's way more athletic than Rick Rude. But it's that same type of build.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we did get was Kushida versus Tony Nese, and we had Kushida wins with the hoverboard lock. Yeah, poor Tony Nese, man. That guy's kind of.
If he was like 4 inches taller, he would be
was 205 live champ. He's but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
If he was 4 inches taller, he would be the guy.
Yeah, because he looks like the guy, right? He looks. I can work, but anyway, so
And then you learn he's like 5'4" or something like that.
yeah, so then there's Kushida stand up, and then the music starts. Purple light comes out, and there's Dream appears, and people are booing Dream now and all that. And so, we'll see what's going to happen on Sunday at Takeover. Cameron Grimes, he's complaining that he's holding his eye, looking for Adam Regal. Then Dexter Loomis comes back. He's back on TV after being injured. Out for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Grimes says, they have a little thing. And then we come into the break, and there's Adam Cole in the ring. And I don't know whether you've heard, Okay. Just think of what we just had. We just had Austin Theory give a heel promo, and then he comes out to face Adam Cole. So I think what we're getting, the rumors are that we're going to get half the Undisputed Era is going to be babyface, and half the Undisputed Era are going to stay heel. So Adam Cole, I don't know if Adam Cole works as a babyface. Can you guys tell me if you think so?
Um, if you can, and Dwight, you know this, but if you can think back many moons ago, when he first burst onto the scene, he was a babyface, and he was really, really good. But he's way better as a heel.
Yeah,
So,
you were like Adam Cole in the Kingdom. You mean when he was in the that was
yeah, I mean, he's super talented, so either way he'll be fine. But man, Adam Cole should always be a heel, or at least a tweener. He shouldn't be a white meat babyface. There's no way.
Yeah, I agree. I think, he has the appearance, he has the ability. Everybody's going to always, cheer for Adam Cole because it's Adam Cole. But in terms of his work, he works better as a heel.
Yeah, I think it's more of him. And then you see it too. He's and you know that the sort of change in the character that Britt Baker has added. That since they're
Yeah.
romantically involved, that you can see a little bit of his influence in with her, which is welcome. She's improved leaps and bounds. But yeah, you guys know I'm a huge Adam Cole fan, so I'm gonna watch it no matter what. But regardless, Adam Cole, they do a little talking back and forth, and so what we're gonna get is Adam Cole versus Austin Theory. If you haven't watched this match, you probably should go back and watch it because it's one of the matches worth watching from this weekend. Adam Cole, he wins with the last shot, but I like Austin Theory and Adam Cole made him look good. They both look good, so it was a good match. And then he and O'Reilly give this sort of babyface moment. Then Caden Carter versus Xia Li, which we don't need to talk about, and then we get the Finn Balor stare down with Shawn Michaels. So tell me what you think about that, Jeff.
There's not enough time on the podcast.
Yeah, we're running a little low on time. Let's try and pick it up a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, let's just say that Finn Balor and had a stare down with Kyle O'Reilly, and Shawn Michaels was there between them with the belt.
I wonder why.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen on Sunday, and then we end up with Damian Priest, Io Shirai versus Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Building that up. Winner was
Johnny LeRae.
Yeah, after that. So, that's the go home episode. We'll see what happens. I hope that I'll be watching either way. So, all right, let's head on and talk today about AEW. Well, can we talk about AEW?
Do we want to do 31 predictions real quick?
Yep. Let's just let's predict the two the biggest matches. All right, how about that? So let's look at the. We can go quick. All right, we'll just do this. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So first match is Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship. Who you got?
Priest.
Gargano.
Oh, I think Priest is going to destroy him.
I hope Priest wins it. I think Gargano takes it though.
All right. How about Io Shirai versus Mrs. Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae for the NXT Women's Championship?
Io should win this, but again, I have this bad feeling that Gargano is going to get involved somehow.
If Gargano wins, then LeRae will win.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think those things are going to happen. I think Io's just too good, and she hasn't had the belt long enough. All right. And then for the NXT Championship, we're going to have Finn Balor against Kyle O'Reilly. All right,
Balor.
Yeah, I like Kyle O'Reilly, but we know what's going to happen. But I do look to see them build him up as a babyface, and this might lead to another match between those two.
Oh, if it's NXT, of course it is.
Yeah, then we're going to get the Kushida versus Velveteen Dream. Anybody?
Kushida. No, Dream.
I want Kushida to win it. I have a feeling it's going to be Dream.
I think it's gonna be Dream 2, and I'm gonna watch it every second of it. And then lastly, firstly, I guess I did it in the wrong order. Santos Escobar versus Isaiah Swerve Scott for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Formerly known as
Santos.
Yeah, I like that guy, man. But
I think Swerve takes it.
Okay, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna complain either way. But I think Isaiah Swerve slash Shane Strickland Scott. I think he's destined for bigger things. So maybe this is when it all kicks off. All right, let's talk about AEW. We're gonna do it fast because we're running. I don't want to yell and say we gotta go. But anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So Ricky Starks against Darby Allin kicked that show off. What a kickoff! That was, I mean, being an NWA fan, I already knew Ricky Starks from NWA, and
Yep.
he, Zicky Dice, and all. I mean, dude, Ricky Starks is a talent. I did not have any idea he was as talented as he is because his promos in AEW are way better, and his look and all that, and being with Taz. But that was a heck of a match.
Can we just point out the spear Starks gave Allen off of the moonsault?
Yeah, I mean that's and just the stuff that Darby Allin can do just kind of opens it up. I think those two are going to put on some. They're going to put on some shows here.
Those guys are going to be leading AEW here in the next 5 years.
Which proves my point again. We live in a world where we have to watch Ricky Starks, job and be great. But Orange Cassidy gets everything in the world because he's funny,
Oh, come on, Jeff. Come on. Well, Brian Cage
But
came
Jeff,
out and
he
then
puts his hands in his pocket.
That's true. Big. Well, we're talking. I just forgot about Brian Cage came down. Big Will Hobbs comes out, clears that they fight down the tunnel, and we end. Yeah, that spear was something. Darby Allin wins by pinfall. He did that coffin drop, and he did it from like shorter, and it looked like I don't know. I think that hurt. That was a rough one.
This should be done. There's no more reason for these guys to wrestle anymore at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeff, we're going to get a tag match in the next 2 to 3 weeks, if not next week, between Hobbs and Allen versus Brian Cage and Ricky Starks.
They're going to get that match back. Yeah, you're right.
And then we have like when the lights went down, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's going to be some surprise debut. No, it's Cody. It's newly not blonde Cody again. He comes out, wants to accept the dog collar match challenge of Brody Lee, and it's funny because immediately I thought the same thing, and then of course JR brings up Greg Valentine and Roddy Piper, and the famous dog collar match in Baltimore, and that and I think that's I want to see how that works out because that's a brutal match, dude.
Oh yeah, this segment was great. This is going to be great. Again, Cody Rhodes is you can say a lot that you don't like about him sometimes, and that's fair because he does have some kind of weird things that he tends to do in his matches and all that. But again, he's a guy that his work is good. It's not great. And like he's not setting the world on fire with his wrestling. But it's just I'm not knocking him, but it is the emotion and the promos and just everything else is great. And he's over, and he'll always be over. I think this is past Dusty Sun. I'm sure that helps, but I think this guy would be over no matter what. Just just with his emotion and the way he does it. And again, emotion sells in wrestling, and I love this because he doesn't care about 5-star matches. He doesn't care about any of that stuff because he's not in Meltzer, this, that, and the other. This is going to be great. Yeah,
and before we follow up, I'm going to skip on ahead though, because Meltzer actually got mentioned in the next segment when FTR was out there talking to Tony Schiavone.
And Dwight, they were right. They were 100% correct.
Yeah. Can I have a moment here to talk about this segment?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Okay, so we have Schiavone talking to FTR about, when are you going to challenge the Young Bucks? The Young Bucks want to challenge you. And the Young Bucks come strolling in and super kick Tony Schiavone.
Right in the face.
Right in the face. Okay, it's wrestling. That happens. The Bucks are some of the people who own the company.
Mhm.
If your boss came in and kicked you in the face, why would you still work for that company?
Well,
This
you
is
know,
why the Bucks don't work as dick heels, because they own the company. Why would people want to work for people who
Well-
act like that?
Well, and then they on BT he smashed Tony Schiavone's phone, and then of course remember the whole thing where they got fined and he tosses the money into Tony Khan's.
It's just
heel
stupid.
turn.
It doesn't
I-
work when you own the company.
Well, it can because Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon proved that. But I think what happens though
But the difference
is
there is they're not really doing it to, a lot of other people. The Bucks are very much like, hey, we own the company. We're going to do whatever we want.
You can do whatever you want. It has to be good. When it's bad,
Yeah.
like the stuff they're doing now, then nobody cares. You got two guys acting like spoiled teenagers. Like I'm gonna take your phone and break it. Like, oh, you'll show them. Just like later in the show, you got people calling people weenies. Like, oh.
well, yeah, and that was a really good promo with Tully Blanchard and with FTR, and then they put over the best friends. They put over the SCU and to set up the match. It was a great promo. I thought it was what happened was like look, if you're gonna have a heel turn, have a heel turn. Let's do something all at once. Let's not do this slow burn stuff. I think it's ponderous.
And this is where I've been at for the past month. So you got Cody coming back, cutting a promo the way he did just now, and then you got Kenny Omega and Hangman like broken up like two long lost lovers. And again, everybody continued to tell me this is the best wrestler in the world. He's a really good wrestler, yes. But but Dwight, I'm serious. Everything else he doesn't have, there's nothing.
No, I'm sorry. I've jammed in Jeff, HBK, and Kenny Omega tonight. So let's get. Well, we had FTR with
Sorry.
That's all right. With FTR with Tully Blanchard against SCU, which was Kazarian and Scorpio Sky with Christopher Daniels there with them. It was a good match. It was a little hokey at the finish because he was trying to keep Scorpio from putting his feet on the ropes when they took the pin, so it was a little bit of.
Jeff, do you want to bitch about the refs or should I?
At this point, I'm tired of it. I'm good. I don't. Your eyes see what they see.
Yeah, it was a good match, and then
The ref threw out, which one was it? Christopher Daniels for no reason because one of FTR faked falling on the ground and was like, he touched me, and the ref threw him out.
I'm
But
sorry.
then the ref-
Good. That's good heel work. Though.
That's good
It
heel
is
work,
good heel work.
but it's bad on the ref when he's not even looking.
Well, but the funny thing, no, but that's
But
the
that's
old,
the spot. That's the
that's
spot.
old school. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's what would happen. You grab the guy in the headlock, you say he's pulling my hair. The referee goes down to do it. You poke him in the eye. That's heel work, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Joey Janela and
Sonny Kiss?
Sonny Kiss tried to do something like that last week, and they botched the whole thing. Dwight, I know you saw it.
Yeah,
They botched the whole thing, but that's
I
another
still
story.
like it. Yep. All right. So FTR wins. Then they announced we're going to have a 8-man tournament, which is going to lead to with the finals at Full Gear, and the winner's going to get a shot at the World Championship. They announced 3
Hangman
names.
was on commentary.
And yeah, that's right. Hangman was on commentary, drunk, but or drinking. And then so the first 3 are Kenny Omega, Jungle Boy, and Ray Phoenix. I am all for Ray Phoenix as a singles wrestler.
Yes. That gives that Eddie Kingston group somebody who can actually be a single star, because it feels like right now it's just 2 or 3 tag teams and Eddie Kingston leading them.
Yeah, and
Omega's going to win this whole thing, and the Roosters are going to come home to nest, and that'll be the end of that. But go.
The good news about this, though, Jeff, is the finals are going to take place at Full Gear.
right. So
We're not getting Omega Moxley at Full Gear, most likely. We'll probably get that at Revolution.
Well, we had a match of Chris Jericho against Isaiah Cassidy, and the lesser talented of the Private Party 2, and it showed. He had a pretty rough senton, and sentons. I'm going to tell you, those are it looks like nothing, but all I picture when they hit that move is getting elbowed in the nuts. And I don't know how often that happens, but I'm just telling you, if he landed. flat on Chris
Oh, he
Jericho.
just stuck him. Yeah, he stuck him. And it's Jericho can lead. Jericho is still good enough to lead somebody in a match because he's a constant professional. But he had to do too much, and I love Chris Jericho, but he just can't go like that anymore. And it just looked. It didn't look well. It looked bad on both parties because Jericho was trying to help him cover up some of his mistakes, and then I don't know. It was just rough to watch.
Yep, Inner Circle tried to come in, but Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn chased him off, and then Luther and Serpentico got involved a little bit. Then we have a Miro promo, which is gold. I like
with
that.
Billy Mitchell.
With Billy Mitchell. So I'm all about that. Then we get our Orange Cassidy against 10 of the Dark Order, and that was a pretty quick match. Honestly, didn't take very long at all. And Orange Cassidy beat him. The little his Superman punch that he does. All right, then we go in the back, and MJF gives the sweet satin jackets to all the Inner Circle, and we get is MJF going to join the Inner Circle or do? And we got the whole Chris Jericho was like, well, do you want to? And he's like, do you want me to? And do you want to join? Do you want me to? And I like that. I hope he does join this. I think that can do nothing but good. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean, I think MJF needs to be by himself.
MJF needs to be by himself. He's a lone wolf kind of guy. The Inner Circle motif doesn't fit him.
Yeah, I agree.
And it would be just a clash at the top between him and Jericho.
Which is what they want to. I know. Which is what they want to do, and then if you're gonna do it right. He come in, he kicks Jericho out. Jericho's off of TV for 2 months. Hopefully, he comes back in better shape, and then he comes back as a face, and then this whole company will melt down. I promise it. We'll be eating out of his hand. I promise you. But
all right, we got to go through this quick. We're gonna skip to the very end because we need to go to Victory Road and see what's gonna happen this weekend. AEW, and we had Britt Baker. We had anyway. I'm gonna skip right to the end. Watch AEW if you didn't see it. Watch Dark, watch BT, watch it all. We love it. But Victory Road is happening October 3rd, 2020 in Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to watch it on Impact Plus. We've got Eric Young against Eddie Edwards. Deonna Purrazzo's defending against Susie. Maybe we'll get some Sue Young. Who knows? Heath and Rhino against Reno Scum. That's Adam Thornstowe and Luster the Legend, Reno Scum. Hey, and I don't know if you guys saw Heath last week, where he paid for some cameos, which was hilarious, with David Hasselhoff. Oh, it's so cool because everybody knows he's paying for it, right? Because it says cameo. It's right there on the screen. He had Chuck Norris. I mean, it was good. Anyway, I liked it. Tommy Dreamer against Brian Myers. Jordan Grace against Tennille Dashwood. Yep. And then we get Rohit Raju, the champ of the X Division champion. He's going to go against TBA.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
My favorite wrestler.
Well, you never know. I mean, it could be some super surprising star, like, some like low key or something. Anyway.
So what I'm hearing is there's a chance it could be Shark Boy.
Yeah, absolutely a chance it could be Shark Boy. All right, Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin versus Carl Anderson in a 4-way match. And of course, that's leading up to that big, there's a match on the horizon, where all 4 of those tag teams are going to be wrestling each other. But all right, let's make our predictions. Eric Young, champ against Eddie Edwards. Does Eddie win that championship back?
No, I think it's EY.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Eddie Edwards was a transitional thing. EY looks so good as the Psycho. So I'm all about it. We'll see what happens with that. What do you think, Ben?
I think EY keeps it.
Yeah, he does. All right, Deonna Purrazzo versus Susie.
Purrazzo's
keeping it.
Not even close.
Yeah, so, do you think Susie becomes Sue Young again?
I was thinking that, but wouldn't that be too soon? Or I guess not.
They teased it where she goes, kind of spaces out, and she definitely does some of the moves that Sue Young did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
Me too.
All right. How about Heath and Rhino against Reno Scum? unsanctioned. So, because obviously, because Heath doesn't have a job, so they couldn't sanction it.
I'm going to say Heath and Rhino since unsanctioned. I think there might be some tomfoolery going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I mean,
think
Reno
you're
Scum Reno Scum are the best for tag team going today. I'll just say that. Let's see, Tommy Dreamer against Brian Myers. For the love of God, I hope Brian Myers wins. God bless him. Tommy Dreamer needs to be wearing a suit and back. That's just
Yeah, he's just getting too old.
Yep.
I know getting.
Right. Jordan Grace versus Tennille Dashwood.
Grace.
You know, that's going to be your top contender for Deonna Purrazzo's title. It could go either way. Jordan's had been at the top. Tennille just sort of came back and is going to insert herself. I think they're probably going to have Tennille go over. But
Yeah, I think so too. Just to some new blood, you know.
They probably will have her go over, but she is not that good to me.
Oh no, she's not good at all.
Yeah,
but yes.
She's not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and then Rohit Wise, you don't know, and then Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander versus Ace Austin versus Carl Anderson. That's really a pick 'em, man. That could be any of those guys. I would love to see it be Ace Austin though.
Yeah. Although, fun fact about Josh Alexander on Wikipedia on the Road to Victory,
Right.
or Victory Road, it takes you to a American songwriter and producer Josh Alexander, and not the wrestler Josh Alexander.
not the Canadian professional wrestler who's going to be at Bloodsport. So Josh Alexander's the real deal. Hey, I got some of the big news that came out of Impact, and we're almost out of time. It came out that Rob Van Dam and his beautiful partner / wife Katie Forbes were released from Impact. So I know that was kind of a controversial. They had some controversy.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine, but
I think it may have just been the contract ran out and they decided to just not renew it. And plus, I mean, there'd been some controversy and
the whole year's worth.
Yeah, just sexual whatever, and it, and honestly, and maybe I'm being a jerk about it as being a wrestling guy, but I think a lot of it looked like Rob was just kind of mailing it in. And he was almost like he was doing a Rob Van Dam impression, and I wasn't feeling any of the stripper Katie stuff.
No, yeah, you're right, which is sad because I would think honestly, if Van Dam decided to be Van Dam again, he's still good enough to where he could be really good. But I mean, like you said, I think he was just there. If Van Dam takes the promotion or what he's doing seriously, he'll be fine. I mean, I guess this counts with anybody. He'll be fine. But if he gets there and he knows that this is like a 2-bit operation, well, that's what you're going to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and I think when he got there, it was sort of a fill-in time, and they brought him in. They brought in a lot of the guys for a while. And then they ended up signing him. Was kind of surprised, but it was almost like the Impact was fill-in time while they were looking for that TV contract. And he came for that, kind of served his purpose. And really, I don't see Rob Van Dam was going to be a huge part of what they had going forward anyway. Because he's not like Tommy Dreamer, where you're also in the back in the office doing that stuff too. So we'll see. All right, man. You got anything else you want to give the plugs and stuff? It's 9:04, man. We did good. Of course, we skipped a lot of stuff, but
like, comment, subscribe, share all of our stuff on all of our platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I feel like I'm missing one.
MySpace.
Ooh, we're missing the MySpace market, Dwight. That's where our next market is. I'm telling you. You heard it here first, boys.
Yeah,
Samsonite.
Yeah, they bought it. CBS bought it just to kill it. That's what happened. But hey, and obviously, go out and support wrestling. Some shows are coming back. Fight TV. There was $5 Wrestling is supportedly they're going to try to make a comeback too. And so, I mean, there's a lot of indie wrestling out there. And I've been doing this when I go out, to restaurants and things like, man, just buy a T-shirt, do some stuff. These people have been struggling. It's starting to come back now a little bit, man, but it's not coming back full force. It's taking some time. So just be generous, man. We're fans. They're providing us content in this pandemic era, man. Support your local wrestlers. Go on Pro Wrestling Tees. buy a T-shirt or go online and buy you a sweet Ravishing Rick Rude face mask, which I totally am buying. I sent out that picture yesterday.
Oh yeah,
totally,
if you don't want to be a sweat hog.
well, it's funny because I was looking at it and I'm going, I got the little beard now. It's like, yeah, no, it still looks Rick Rude. It won't look like me. They'll know.
Oh, not at all. You'll be fine, Dwight.
The Ravishing Rick Rude. All right. So, if you got any things you want to say?
The same as always. Support wrestling, local wrestling, and maybe not so much now, but when it comes back to you. And again, always expand your wrestling knowledge. Watch something old, watch something new. Watch something you've never seen before. That's generally what I do. Or, do like my man Dwight says, do your damn homework.
That's right. That's going to be coming out too. I did some filming today. Hey, also, referee discretion. Our own referee Cod Sinclair puts out his show. That's some. And I might even be helping him out with upcoming. So I don't know. We'll see. And then we've got Booker Man Pat, Fantasy Booker.
That's a once a month or so show.
Man,
but we got first episode online.
That's right, Creative Control. So go YouTube and hit up Creative Control, referees discretion, do your damn homework. And always support us. Don't forget that we're at Ko-fi, whatever it's not. That's ko-fi.com/PWO123.
Because it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yep, and that enables us to do some cool stuff, like have some contests. I have an interesting contest that I'm going to pitch here in a couple. Well, eventually, but I just saw. Anyway, you'll hear. I don't want to tease it too much, but you'll see. All right. With that being said, hey, this is D. White, the Dean of Old School. Man, go watch some wrestling. Go watch some wrestling. Have a good time. It's, my goodness, we got a whole weekend coming up. We got TakeOver. We've got a big Impact show tomorrow, Saturday. And I mean, just consume wrestling. Consume wrestling.
Let's put it at 10 and work our way back, boys.
That's how we do it every week. All right. We're signing off. Hey, Matt, come back and do this. I don't want to do this again. It's too hard.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.